Service Administration Paper 2 for the year 2022. This paper comprises of 6 questions. In section 1, you are required to do 3 questions, and in section 2, you are also required to do 3 questions. Remember, in the exam, you are allowed to use your calculator. Let's begin. Question 1. A job description provides valuable information to the applicant. Apart from the job title, identify 4 other items of information that would be found in a job description. Now, a job description is a document given to an employee. Probably it's your first time on the job, you were given a job description. That job description is a document outlining your position, your duties, responsibilities. It will have your qualifications and who you have to report to. So the question is asking us to identify 4 other items apart from the job title that you will find on a job description. First one, you will find your duties and responsibilities. Second thing you will find is your qualifications, and we can say experiences. Third thing you will find your working conditions, hours, the last thing you can find, amongst other things, but it just asks us for 4, your reporting relationships. Who you have to report to, who is in charge of you. That's it. 4 marks. B. State 4 reasons why it is important to have a well-written resume when applying for a job. In order to land the interview, you need to submit your resume. At what point do you submit a resume? You submit a resume when you would have probably viewed a job advertisement, whether it's on social media, whether it was in a newspaper, etc. Once you see an advertisement that you are interested in, you organize your resume and you send it directly to your HR department. Now, why should we have a well-written resume? What's the purpose of that? 1, which is the first and main thing, it creates a good first impression. Right? It shows professionalism. Which is the main thing. Why was another reason for us to have a well-written resume? It will highlight skills and experiences. Third reason, yep. I remember shortlisted. Pay attention to this word. When you apply for a position, not everyone will be called out for the interview. Yes, some persons who would meet all requirements, they would be shortlisted, meaning they will be called and contacted for the interview. Last thing we can say, it provides clear information by ensuring employers understand the background. Right? These are the reasons why we have a well-written resume. Let's go to the next question. Right. The list below provides the names of persons who apply for positions in an organization. Now, this topic would have been pulled out from records and information management, where we have classification of filing. We have alphabetical filing, numerical filing, chronological filing, geographical filing, right? Subject filing. So this filing here is alphabetical filing. So CXC is asking us, we have the names here. We write the names in the correct indexing order. The first name has been inserted. Beautiful. So we're going to take the pattern from the first name. Now, when we are filing, the rule is surname first, then first name, everything else comes after. So Unit 1 is only for surnames. Unit 2, first names, everything else goes after. Middle names, etc. So let's begin. The first one has been done for us. So the next one, Mr. R. Al. Which one is his surname here? It's Al. So we're going to put the Al here. What is his first name? R. And then we're going to put the Mr. right there. Next one, Ale. What is his surname? Ale. So we're going to put the Ale here. First name is H, and you are not required to make up a name that begins with H. So surname first, first name, everything else comes after, which is a D. Last one, Dr. O. Ali. What is his surname there? It is Ali. The Ali here. First name, O, and then put the doctor next to it. That's it. How much marks? 3 marks. 3 marks. The following list of applicants has already been indexed. Arrange the names in alphabetical filing order. Right. Remember, when we are filing, we look at the surnames. So J.M. Simmons will now read Simmons, J.M. Shania A. McIntosh will read McIntosh, Shania A. Always going with the surname. So what we have to do here is decide which name come in first. So let's go back to basics. We have to sing the alphabet. So if we start with the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. So we start by M. We have McIntosh against Mayers. Rule of thumb. We still don't know who to put first, because both of them begin with M. The rule is, once the first letter is the same, you go to the second letter. So we have C up against A. If we're singing the alphabet, which comes first, A or C? It's A. So Unit 1 will be Mayers Hamilton. And the rule is, once you have a name that is hyphenated, like a married woman, hyphenated name, it is treated as one. Treated as one name. So Unit 1, remember the same rule applies, surname first, then first name, everything else comes after. So Unit 1 will be Mayers Hamilton, that's the surname. First name, Anna, everything else comes after, which is the middle name. S. Then we put the Shania A. McIntosh, surname, first name, everything else comes after, middle name, right. Then we have S against O'Toole. Singing the alphabet, O comes before Simmons. So surname first will be O, Toole, first name, everything else comes after. Last one, J.M. Simmons, surname, first name will be J, everything else comes after M. You have to file it exactly how it is, right? So since they have J.M. Simmons, you are not required to make up a name that begins with J or make up a name that begins with M. Just file it as it is. 4 marks. So between those 2 questions, that's 7 marks there. Let's go on to another question. Number, just to recap, this is paper 2022. A main function of the office in an organization is to disseminate information. Identify 3 channels of communication by which information can be disseminated, meaning passed on. What are 3 channels of communication we could actually pass on information? Written communication, for example, a letter, we could pass on information using a letter, a memorandum, a report. 2, we could pass on information using oral communication, like a staff meeting or a telephone call, pass on information. 3, we could pass on information using visual communication, like on notice boards, posters, yeah? And that is 3 marks there. That's 3 marks. Yeah? Beautiful. Next question. So what are 2 ways in which photocopying documents in a central location, like centralization, could be advantageous to an organization? 1, it could reduce duplication of equipment, meaning it allows me to save money because I only need to purchase 1. Remember, everybody's sharing this, so it gets me to save money. I just need to purchase 1 equipment. 2, improves control and security. One place reducing That's it. 2 marks. Next question, we are on number 2. State 2 items of information found in a notice of a meeting. A notice of a meeting, this would have been pulled out from meeting topic. A notice of a meeting is just a document indicating the date of the meeting, time for the meeting, venue of the meeting, agenda, so I give you 5. So the question just asks for 2. And let's move on to the next question. Notes from meeting. Why does this look like minutes? It looks like minutes. Notes from meeting. Yes, it's minutes of a meeting. Meeting was held in the business department's meeting room, started at 3 p.m. Meeting ended at 5 p.m. We'll meet again on Wednesday, the 18th of May, 2022 at the same time. A thank you letter was received regarding donations to the Place of Safety Children's Home. This is your register: Thomas Brown, Dahlia Heaven, Chair, Khalil Mohammed, Mabel Gray called to say she could not attend. Winston Lowe, Nadia White. Those are the persons who would have attended the meeting. The chair performed her usual duties at the beginning of the meeting. Outstanding information from the previous meeting was read. The report for the first quarter was sent to the principal. Many relevant discussions took place about the annual fair, cost of posters to advertise the fair. Sample posters were submitted, location of fair finalized, agreed to cost of admission to fair. Members were asked if they had anything else to contribute to the discussions. Winston Lowe offered to print the tickets for the fair. So we have minutes there. Minutes is just a summary of what took place at a meeting. Using suitable headings, write the minutes of the meeting from the notes given on page 8. Alright, write the minutes. Right, so let's begin. Minutes of the business department meeting. I said use suitable headings. See if I can tell our headings there. Change it back to blue. Dates. 4th of May 2022. The time of the meeting. Meeting started at 3 p.m. and it ended at 5 p.m. Where am I getting all this information from? It's right here. So all you have to do is pluck out the information here and put it in the minutes. Right? And just put it down here in the minutes. Location of the meeting was held in the business department meeting room. Put here the attendees. We had, let's just go back up and check the attendees. Thomas Brown, Dahlia, Khalil. Mabel said she could not attend. Winston Lowe, Nadia White, Thomas Brown. So the attendees. Let's see how much space they have, so I will know. The attendees were Dahlia Heaven, who was the chair person, chaired the meeting, so that person would have been in charge. Winston Lowe, Nadia White. We're gonna put apologies here. Mabel Gray called to say she could not attend. Okay, so let's get cracking. So the first item we can see opening of the meeting, the chairperson performed her usual duties at the beginning of the meeting. See. Okay. The second thing, matters arising from previous meeting. See, go back up. And you just keep going back up to review. Outstanding information from the previous meeting was read. The report for the first quarter was sent to the principal. That's exactly what we're going to put. Okay. Just know all the answers are right there in the scenario. Outstanding information from the previous meeting was read. The report for the first quarter was sent to the principal. A thank you letter was received regarding donations to the place of safety children's home. Let's go back up and see what again we have written. Right. Then we have the annual fair discussion, where we discuss the cost of posters to advertise for the fair, sample posters for submitted, location of fair finalized, agreed to the cost of admission to fair. Mr. Lowe said he will offer to print the tickets for the fair. All right. Third thing we can say, we had the annual fair discussion. Discussion. Annual for the annual fair include then the cost of posters to advertise sample posters submitted, the location of the fair was finalized, and the cost of admission to the fair was last thing. I think we covered everything here. Last thing is any other business. Is where persons will have asked questions. Members will ask if they had anything else to contribute. where Winston Lowe offered to print the tickets for the fair. Time, date, and time of the next meeting, the 18th of May, 2022. Questions at same time. Last thing, meeting adjourned at 5 p.m. That's it. Done. So more or less, you just put in order. Now this question requires you to know the agenda, the order for the agenda. Apologies comes first, read out the minutes comes second, matters arising from minutes is the third thing, any chairman's report, anybody has anything to say, and announce the date and time of the next meeting, and then you adjourn the meeting. It's just an order. So I took all the information from the minutes and I just put it in order. That's it. Right? This was with 8 marks. Let's go to the other question. Great. This question is 3A. State 4 attributes that a receptionist should possess. Right? Good communication skills is one of that's our number one attribute. Another attribute, politeness. Is a receptionist, politeness and friendliness. Other attributes the receptionist should have is organizational skills. Last one, professional appearance, which is major as a receptionist. Yeah, that's it, 4 marks. In large organizations, management sometimes assigns employees to work in different departments within the same organization. Now, this is called deployment. This here, when they take employees to work in a different department within the same organization, that term is called deployment. State 3 reasons why management may take this action. Why would management take persons who are employed in one section and send them to work in another section? 3 reasons for doing this is for them to develop skills. Employees could gain experience in different areas of the organization. Okay. 2, another reason this is mostly done is to cover the shortages. If you have somebody who resign, remember it takes a little time to do the interview. When HR is doing that, it's a process, it takes a little time. So we can deploy someone to work in that section that needs someone in the meantime. Okay. Another reason why would we do the deployments to improve teamwork. Yeah, that's it. Remarks. Let's go to the next question. So we have a itinerary. Two travel itineraries. We have option A and option B for the flight from Barbados to Washington, D.C. as shown below. Okay. After June. We have two travel itineraries. Yes. Let me see what the question is asking here. Assume you are Kabir Patel, the travel clerk. Prepare a memorandum to Ms. Gale explaining two benefits of each option. Prepare a memorandum to Ms. Gale explain two benefits. All right, so what we have to do here, two benefits. So we're doing a memorandum. So it's going to Gale, well, Miss Gale. This is the memorandum we have here. Date, you put the current date that you are in. From Patel, Easy Travel clerk. Subject will be benefits of the travel options. Yeah, so what we have to do, more or less, this is very simple. All you have to do, you're going back into the travel itinerary and just recording the benefits of each of them. So let's start with option A. Option A. So option A, he departing Barbados at 5:11 p.m. and option B, he departing later. So what we can say for option A, you have an earlier flight, arrive in Miami 9 p.m. This one arriving 2. So option B, arriving earlier in Miami. Option A, you're getting dinner on your flight. Dinner included in flight to Miami. Dinner is here. To the flight to Miami, getting dinner. Let's look at the cost. Oh, it's cheaper here. So we can put that for option B. It's cheaper. The flight is cheaper. Snacks is available. Dinner is included here. So these are the benefits. Arrive in Washington 1:15 a.m. here. And we're arriving in Washington 8:20. So we're actually arriving earlier in option A. So what you have to do, look at each option and then you're going to assess the benefits between both of them. So these have some benefits in terms of the flight might be earlier, you're getting dinner, you're reaching to Washington earlier. Option B, the flight is cheaper. Flight is cheaper. Breakfast is included in option B. Breakfast is included. Arriving in Miami 2:15. Arriving in Miami. So you're getting to spend some more time in Miami in option A. All right, so let's begin. Just pluck out the benefits. So I saw a couple of benefits there. So what we can put here, option A, benefits, and it just lists it. Option A, benefits, I saw sort. Right then, meals. So dinner included to fly to Miami. What again did I see? You getting to arrive in Washington earlier. It's, I think I saw less time spent in Miami. Less time spent in Miami. Arrive 9/11 departs. 2 and 9/11. This could be what time spent in Miami. Let's go to option B, benefits. I saw cheaper cost for flight. Cheaper cost for flights. I also saw the option where breakfast included flight to Washington. I also saw snacks available to purchase flights to Miami. See for option B, Barbados departing 10:10. All right, so you get the departure time to Barbados is earlier. Departure time so there should be from Barbados. Okay. I think that's what I saw. Not seeing any other benefits, and at the end you're gonna put this letter came from Beer Patel, and that is the travel, and then that's it. Try not to overthink it. Okay, try not to overthink it. And that's it. Right. Oh, now we are on into section 2. So we just have 3 more questions here. Question 4. Suggest 2 functions of the Human Resource Office. Remember, HR is the brain of any business. So one of their functions is to recruitment and selection. They get to select and recruit potential candidates. Another function is to attend to the staff welfare by providing training, right? Anything the staff need. Yeah? That's it. We have many more functions, but they just ask for 2, right? B. Outline 2 factors that might contribute to high employee turnover in an organization. Easy question. Why people would want to leave their job? Low salary, poor working conditions. That's it. That's why people would leave. Especially if the working conditions is unsafe, right? Stores Limited provides goods and services to O&M Enterprises located at 101 Brunswick Street, Spanish Town. The following transactions took place during May 2022. May 2022. The 2nd of May, balance on account was 2,500. O&M Enterprises made the following payments. The 6th of May provided a check for $750. 9th of May, check 102, $250. 16th of May, they issued a credit note for the return of defective goods. 20th of May, they issued an invoice number 25 for items purchased valued at $1,800. 23rd of May, issued invoice number 26 for items purchased valued $1,200. A 10% special discount is given if payment is made before the 30th of June. Use the form provided on page 17 to prepare a statement of account for O&M Enterprises. So the statement will show the history and the movements for every day. Any transaction that would have been done on any day, it should be noted in the statement. Using the terms provided on the statements, calculate the amount that O&M Enterprises will be required to pay if the account is settled before the 15th of June 2022. Show all working. So we're going to scroll down. Now this is the statement, and we just have to fill out the information. Just take your time and fill out the information. This is a statement 2. It's going to O&M Enterprise 101 Brunswick Street, Spanish Town. Date using the current date. I'm going to record is every transaction here. Every transaction that you're seeing here, I am going to record it in the statement. Right? So the 2nd of May, the balance was 2,500. So we go back down. So we're going to put 2nd of May. Balance was 2,500. Meaning this 2,500 represents how much O&M was owing. So right now they're owing 2,500. The next transaction date, 6th of May. They made a payment via check. Check number was 101. Right, we're gonna put, it was $750. $750, right? Now 2,500. So the makeup payments, 2,500 minus 750. Grab a calculator. We don't want any errors with these calculation questions. 2,500 minus 750. That will give us $1,750. Right? So they made up payments. So the new balance is $1,750. Right. Next transaction, the 9th of May. They made up payments again. Right, they're trying to clear out the bill. Payments. Check. $102. They made a payment of $250. They made a payment of $250. So $1,750 minus $250 is $1,500. Right, yeah, $1,500. So now the new balance is $1,500. So they're trying to clear out the bill. Beautiful. The 16th of May, they return something. Credit notes. Oh boy. Credit notes. 10. $45. Beautiful. $45. So 1,500 minus 45, $1,455. Beautiful. Next transaction, 20th of May. Oh no, this is when they made a purchase now. All the time they were clearing out the bill, but now they're going to purchase something. Invoice number 25. They purchase something that when we write in the debit account, $1,800. So now we're going to have to add on this bill, right? So our total was $1,455. They went and purchased something for a whole $1,800. So $1,455 plus $1,800 is $3,255. Oh my goodness. They were going so well. Next transaction, which is the last, 23rd of May. Oh my goodness, they're going and purchase something else. Purchase invoice number 26. Purchase something for $1,200. Right? So now you know we have to add that, right? So now they owe in the business $3,055. Purchase something for $12, so we have to add that. We add it, we get $4,455. Right? We did the first part of the question, which is this. We're going back up. Just did the first part of the question. Right? All the transactions here that I just entered, this is where I got it from. See the purchasing stuff, $1,800 and $1,200, that's what I purchased. We just did number one. We entered and prepared the statement. Now, using the terms provided, the terms, calculate the amount O&M Enterprises would require to pay if the account is settled before the 15th of June. Right, so a 10% special discount is given. All right, so that is the terms. So let's go down now. Let's go down. All right. No, we don't have to go down because CXC says they want to see the working. They didn't give us any space really to show the working, but we'll have to do the working right underneath here. All right. So the balance was $4,455. The terms was 10%. Yes. Let me show you. I will have to flip it again. I want to show you where the terms will be found. Right? Beautiful. Look at the terms right here. 10%. So we're going to give them 10%. Remember, they are owing $4,455. This is the balance here. We have to give them 10% discount now. So we're going back up. I'll flip this. Right? So we have to find what is 10% of this figure here. So 10 divided by 100 multiply by 4,455. That will give us $445.50. Yes. Right. This is the discount. This is the discount. So now we're going to take the original balance, which was $44.55, and minus the discount, $445.50. What is the total? And I grab a calculator. $4,009.50. Right? That is the answer. Once this says show all working, you have to show the working. Must show it. All right? Let's move on. Let me just blow it up a little bit. Explain each of the following terms as they relate to the purchasing of goods. CIF. What does CIF stand for? What that mean? It means the price quoted includes the cost of the goods, insurance, and transportation charges. Okay. E and OE, errors and omissions accepted. Now, E and OE will find it listed at the bottom of an invoice. Once you see that, it means the companies are allowed to make mistakes. And if they do make a mistake, they are allowed to correct it. For instance, if they charge you $100 extra on something, but it has the E and OE at the bottom, it means they can pull that invoice and change the figure once the E and OE is there. If it's not there, then they have to leave it as it is. Right? This is a note on the invoice. Allowed. And M. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. Next question. Differentiate between the terms quantity discount and cash discount. So let's go with the first one. Right? So cash discount, if you are owing me 20,000, I would say, you know, if you come and pay me within 4 days, I'll give you 20% off. Wouldn't you want to come and clear your bill quickly? I'm persuading you, I'm encouraging you to come and clear your bill. Yeah, that is the cash discount. Quantity discount is a discount given only to customers who purchase in bulk. Bally's Construction Company Limited purchased 5 chairs from Office Max and received the following invoice. Calculate the final amount that Bally's Construction will have to pay. Beautiful question. Right, quantity is 5. They ordered 5 ergonomic chairs. Unit price represents the cost of 1 ergonomic chair. Now, if they bought 5, they ordered 5. It will be $670 multiplied by 5. And that will give us $3,350. They ordered 1 paper shredder for $450. Unit price represents the cost of 1 paper shredder. They just ordered 1. So that will be $450 here. Total cost of the items, $3,350 plus $450 give us $3,800. $3,800, right? And what do we have to do? Add 15% VAT. They hardly give us any space to work with, so we'll do it down here. So 15% of 3,800. Remember, that is the VAT. Value added tax. So first we have to find what is 15% of 3,800. So 15 divided by 100 multiplied by 3,800 is $570. This is the VAT tax. To find out how much they will have to pay, 3,800 that's my 3,800 plus the VAT that we just got, give us a new total of $4,370. 5 max. Yeah? After 3 days, one of the new chairs malfunctioned. Explain 2 actions that the customer service clerk at Office Max should take to ensure that the complaints are addressed effectively. What you can do, chairs issue a credit notes to allow the customer to get another chair or another item within the store. But we need to find out why the new chairs malfunction. Yeah, interesting, right? It's a new chair, why it malfunction? Additionally, the clerk should bring this matter for the supervisor so they can do an investigation Beautiful. Beautiful. 4 marks. State 3 functions of the operations office. Remember, the operations office is the factory. Sometimes in the exam, CXC will use the term factory. It means the operations office. So sometimes they might use operations office. And these are the functions. 3 marks. B. State 3 duties of a clerk in the dispatch office. Now, the dispatch office, this came from the last topic, operations, dispatch, and transport department. Dispatch office is responsible for packaging the products after it is finished from the factory. Beautiful. Right? Next question. Given us an email. So we have an email here. To J. Barker's, subject deliveries, date 5th of May 2022. An order for 100 black garbage bags was received from BJ Plumbing, located on River Street, at Woody's Pizzeria, the restaurant on Church Street. They ordered 150 pizza boxes, 12 inches. Ask Cindy Bieber to take the orders in the minivan GL297. Romero Green can accompany her. The businesses, both 8 kilometers away, are on adjacent streets in Roseau. The deliveries are to be made tomorrow. The pizza boxes must be delivered before 11 a.m. Regards, Mr. Denny. So we have a little email with some instructions there. Using the details provided in the email, complete the destination sheet on page 23. Right, so we have to flip this. Okay. This is the destination sheet. And this is the destination sheet here. Now, you're going back up in the scenario, and you're going to go through the destination sheet line by line by line. All you have to do is pluck out the information and put it right here. The class of the vehicle, it's a minivan. Right? Class of the vehicle is a minivan. So we're going back here now. The dates, have that there already, the 5th of May. Right? Vehicle registration number is GL297. Delivery date, this is the day after 6th of May, which is correct. Driver's name, Cindy Bieber. Yeah. The destination, just scroll up here. You. Right. Go down. See. Okay, let me just destination 8 kilometers. Put the 8 kilometers here and I'm gonna try and fill out the information down at the bottom here. Right. Mate's name, who could accompany Cindy, is Romario Green. Customer's name, BJ Plumbing. So I'm just going to, right, address is River Street. Types of goods, they ordered garbage bags. Quantity, they want 100. Description, black garbage bags. Nothing in the comment section. Nothing there. Right, so I'm just going back up so you can see that we are on the same page. I don't want anybody to be confused. Right? Customer's name, BJ Plumbing, the address that I took. They ordered 100 black garbage bags. Right? Now let's go to the other customer's name. The other customer name will be Woody's, right? And they ordered 150 pizza boxes, 12-inch. 12-inch pizza boxes. All right, beautiful. Name of the customer, Woody's. Their address, let's change. Types of goods, it was pizza boxes. The amount, 150, 12-inch. On the comments now, they did say must be delivered before 11 a.m. Right? And you know, we finish this question, that's it. Supervisor Shane Denny. That's it. So we literally just take the information, plucked it out, and just put it in. That's it. Let's go down. Preparing the order for delivery, Miss Bacchus recognized that there were only 90 pizza boxes in stock. Describe, remember they ordered 150. So Ms. Bacchus now recognized it only have 90 pizza boxes in stock. Describe the most appropriate action to be taken by Mr. Bacchus. What can we do? That's the most appropriate action for Ms. Bacchus to inform Mr. Denny. He's the supervisor. He needs to know about this problem. Then let him contact the customer and let them come up with a solution. If she has to wait for another shipment, if you have to give her a discount on her next order, work out a solution. Yeah, and that's it. 3 marks. All right, and this is the end. I enjoyed this paper. This paper was really nice. This is the end of our paper for the year 2022.